been quiet for a minute because I've been collecting as much information as possible over the past month just so I can be accurate. And it's finally time to unleash the facts.
No one ever dogged
Yes, sir.
Oscar De La Hoya the way Floyd did. Every single press conference, he treated him like he was a...
He can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight. His desire to be always noticed.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't hold back during a live conversation with Stephen A. Smith, taking direct aim at Floyd Mayweather with some of his strongest comments yet. According to Oscar, Floyd transformed boxing into a business driven by popularity and pay-per-view numbers instead of courage inside the ring. He criticized Mayweather's habit of constantly showcasing his fortune, arguing that the sport should be remembered for unforgettable performances and lasting achievements, not luxury purchases. De La Hoya warned that when young fighters see money placed above greatness, it sends the wrong message about what boxing is truly supposed to represent.
You say you want to be a world champion. You say you want to take this sport serious. Then take it serious. What is this? This is not a popularity.
Oscar also reflected on the psychological battle that surrounded his rivalry with Floyd. He admitted Mayweather mastered the art of becoming the villain, understanding that controversy attracted attention and sold fights. While Floyd embraced boos and criticism, Oscar found himself carrying the opposite image, trying to promote the event while maintaining his reputation. In Oscar's opinion, Floyd relied heavily on mind games, insults, and headline-grabbing remarks instead of simply letting his performances do all the talking.
It's like that rivalry, the villain and the good guy, you know? And Floyd, this is where Floyd is smart. He knows how to play that villain guy, you know?
And you're promoting the fight.
Yeah, and I'm promoting the fight.
Yeah.
Looking back, De La Hoya remembered just how enormous their showdown became. Their blockbuster event shattered financial expectations, with the pay-per-view generating hundreds of millions of dollars in a single night. Beyond the money, Oscar said the event proved how powerful their rivalry had become and demonstrated the incredible commercial potential boxing possessed when two major stars collided.
Generate.
At the time, yeah, it was a record-setting pay-per-view. I think we generated something like close to, all in, like close to 400 million. Yeah, in one night.
Despite acknowledging the financial success, Oscar insisted his own motivation had never centered on wealth. He explained that his greatest ambition was building a legacy that fans would remember long after retirement. In his eyes, Floyd approached the sport from a completely different perspective, focusing primarily on maximizing revenue and strengthening the Money Mayweather brand. While Oscar respected Floyd's business instincts, he believed true greatness comes from competing for honor, history, and personal pride rather than simply chasing the biggest paycheck available.
Promote that fight with Mayweather. Would you have pulled out?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Because there was too much. Put the money aside. For me, it's about pride. For me, it was about, man, I want to have a winning.
Mayweather's repeated references to his fortune have continued to divide opinions, especially after comparing his own achievements with other stars such as Anthony Joshua. Critics argue that Floyd often shifts discussions away from boxing accomplishments and toward financial records. During one appearance, he claimed his fight with Manny Pacquiao generated enormous gate revenue without needing the same stadium crowds often associated with Joshua's biggest events. Statements like those reinforce Floyd's image as someone determined to prove he's unmatched financially as much as athletically.
I guess, because, he talks about his money a lot, so he compared, his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua, and he was saying, basically, they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. Here, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell him that?
Of course you have.
for generating billions in the sport of boxing, for having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
those guys done. And I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Klitschko and...
Many observers interpret those comparisons as evidence that Mayweather constantly feels the need to defend his position whenever another boxer receives major attention. Rather than allowing his achievements to speak for themselves, they believe he repeatedly reminds the public about his earnings and business success. According to these analysts, that obsession sometimes overshadows the impact of his actual accomplishments inside the ring and raises questions about whether financial recognition has become just as important to him as his boxing legacy.
This is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million gate. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, you know, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know it. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
All right, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, you know, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, you know, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff. But, I mean, let's look at it like this. Jealousy, I noticed from Floyd, and it shouldn't be that way because Floyd, you know, regardless of what I had to say about his career, I have my opinions on it. You know, he was a A-level fighter. Skills out, you know, had skills, was a really skilled fighter. A-level.
The tension between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather stretches back to their unforgettable 2007 showdown. That contest became a career-defining moment for Floyd, introducing him as one of boxing's biggest pay-per-view attractions while delivering the largest payday of his career at that point. It also marked the beginning of one of boxing's longest-running personal rivalries.
Welcome into SportsCenter, the former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, welcome back. We've missed you, Floyd.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not no former #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm just saying I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. No one has dethroned me, so how am I not pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you're retired?
But have I ever been beat?
But what happens is you informed Ring Magazine
well,
you were retiring as welterweight champion.
I already forgot who I'm talking to. I'm talking about
Oscar believes Floyd has never fully acknowledged the role he played in creating that historic event. At the time, De La Hoya was considered the sport's biggest attraction, yet Mayweather has consistently argued that his own talent carried the promotion. Floyd has repeatedly defended his standing among boxing's elite, insisting no one deserves the pound-for-pound crown more than he does. He has also minimized Oscar's performance in their close split decision bout, maintaining that the victory clearly belonged to him.
2 fights.
Well, one was with Oscar De La Hoya, who was the cash king.
I'm the cash cow, please.
Not compared to Oscar De La Hoya. Have you drawn as much as Oscar De La Hoya in pay-per-view, Floyd?
De La Hoya been on pay-per-view 1,000 times. It took me two times, 3.5 million homes. Me, Floyd Mayweather.
No, with Oscar De La Hoya, though.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't do nothing. Did he win?
It was a split decision loss, as a matter of fact.
Come on, man.
But it was with him.
Once again, like I said before, once again, we're talking to Brian Kinney, a man of many traits, a master of nothing.
Floyd, you waited over a year to come back. Why not wait one more weekend until Pacquiao and Hatton was over and we knew the winner?
I don't have to wait for.
De La Hoya has shared another story that continues to fuel debate surrounding that fight. According to Oscar, after the final bell, Floyd Mayweather Sr. privately told him he believed Oscar had done enough to earn the decision. Oscar also pointed to a contractual rematch clause that would have required another fight if Floyd remained active. Instead, Mayweather announced his retirement shortly after the victory and stayed away long enough for the rematch provision to expire. Oscar has long believed that decision was carefully planned to avoid facing him again.
As a fighter, you know, deep down inside, you know if you win or you lose. Did you know? I felt that I won. I felt that it can go either way, especially when Mayweather's father came straight at me and he goes, Oscar, you beat my son.
Wait, he told you right after the fight?
Oh, yeah. And a funny story about that, too. We had a rematch clause in our contract. This is something I negotiated as well. If he beats me, I get a rematch. It was a 1-year clause. Guess what he did? He retired for 1 year and 1 day.
Are you joking?
No. True story. Nobody knows this, but it's in the contract.
What? So how often did you guys try to get another thing going? It was always no, not interested. No, not interested.
Yeah, not interested. I'm retiring. I'm out of the sport. But sure enough, a day after that contract was over, he announces his unretirement.
One criticism frequently aimed at Mayweather is that he struggles whenever another boxer is mentioned alongside him. His image has always revolved around being the very best, and supporters and critics alike have noticed how quickly he responds whenever comparisons emerge. Whether the discussion involves modern champions, legendary names, or rising contenders, Floyd often reminds everyone of his undefeated record and historic accomplishments. Even after retirement, he continues finding ways to place himself at the center of boxing conversations.
Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. In the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Oscar has also challenged Floyd's self-proclaimed place among boxing's greatest legends. In his opinion, an unbeaten record alone isn't enough to define the greatest fighter ever. He believes icons like Muhammad Ali built their reputations through sacrifice, cultural influence, and taking on enormous challenges throughout their careers. While Mayweather's resume is undeniably impressive, Oscar argues that greatness should also reflect the willingness to face defining moments that shape both the sport and history.
Overrated boxer. Well, you don't want to get in trouble here.
I don't mind.
All right.
Overrated boxer, fighter, most overrated, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Really?
Yes.
He's not a great boxer.
No, he is a great, but his resume is not one like Sugar Ray Leonard or one.
Another area where De La Hoya has criticized Mayweather is his business strategy after retirement. Oscar believes Floyd has prioritized exhibition events and celebrity-driven spectacles over meaningful boxing competition. He specifically questioned Floyd's willingness to capitalize on influencer boxing while simultaneously criticizing younger fighters for embracing social media fame. To Oscar, there's an inconsistency in benefiting from the same entertainment audience that Floyd often dismisses publicly.
This kid Ryan Garcia, Tank got his followers from kicking ass. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
What the fuck? So Ryan Garcia's not a fighter? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I don't care where his followers come from, if they come from fucking Mars. The fact is that Ryan's followers are selling this fight. And plus, don't you remember you fought YouTubers? Are you putting YouTubers down? You profited from them. I can't with you, dude. You're fucking dumbass. I can't wait. April 22nd, Ryan Garcia fucking knocking out Tank Davis.
Trash because he wants a rematch. Do you think he actually wants?
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossing.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can't.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking...
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old.
Right.
Of course. If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down, you think?
Easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock.
Oscar has continued expressing disappointment with Mayweather's exhibition schedule, arguing those contests generate enormous revenue without adding much to his competitive legacy. While Floyd proudly embraces his Money Mayweather identity, De La Hoya insists boxing should always revolve around testing yourself against elite opposition. He believes exhibitions featuring celebrities may be profitable, but they don't carry the same significance as championship-level competition. For Oscar, greatness comes through difficult challenges, not easy paydays.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
Jeff Mayweather has also spoken about Floyd's relationship with Oscar, suggesting the rivalry extended beyond their encounter inside the ropes. According to Jeff, Floyd struggled with the fact that De La Hoya occupied boxing's financial throne before him. Oscar regularly attracted massive audiences and huge revenue, something Floyd desperately wanted to surpass. During promotional events, Floyd frequently targeted Oscar with personal insults, while Oscar often chose not to respond publicly. Some analysts argue Floyd's desire to remain the biggest attraction has continued into his promotional career, where his own celebrity sometimes overshadows the fighters he's supposed to be developing.
He can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight. His desire to be always noticed, always the one that is at the center of attention. You know what I mean? It's like, you look at Adrian Broner, Adrian Broner, he's supposed to have beef with Tank Davis now. Throwing him in there with Lomachenko, which I think he's ready for Lomachenko.
Those same analysts point to Floyd's exhibition appearances, including his bout against Logan Paul, as examples of prioritizing commercial success over boxing tradition. While those events generated substantial income, critics argue they added little to the sport's competitive history. They believe Mayweather's continued focus on personal branding and high-profile spectacles sometimes distracts from helping the next generation reach its full potential. Whether fair or not, that criticism has become a recurring theme whenever Floyd's promotional career is discussed.
Or anything like that. It makes it worse and it makes it more obvious because he's promoting these guys. He doesn't like the idea of anyone shining. And that's the egotistical mindset of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's always going to be that person. Not too long ago when Andre Ward was still fighting, and this was like a year and a half ago, he had words to say about Andre Ward, and Andre Ward's a stand-up guy. Okay. He's the type of guy that he has something to say about you. He's going to say it to you. He's not really going to go on social media and blast you. He's a straightforward guy. But Floyd said, derogatory things about Andre Ward. And he took offense to it, and it comes back to just jealousy. Floyd is one of those type of guys.
Having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro. As I've always said, it's hard to make money, but it's even harder to keep it. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest boxing news, interviews, and breaking stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.